Hey guys, so today we're gonna make a breakfast food item. So we're gonna do chilaquiles, which is a really cool like Latin American breakfast. What we're gonna do is utilize some leftovers, which I think is really important right now, so that we're not wasting food. So we're gonna take the chicken from the chicken dish we made this week, and we're gonna use that. We're gonna use tortillas, which we made. And then we're going to take that chili sauce that we made when we did the al pastor tacos, and we're going to combine all that into chilaquiles. And how you make that, and I'm just going to do a quick summary right now. We're going to fry chunks of the tortilla in oil in a skillet. Add in our red sauce. We're going to, like I said, shredded chicken. We're going to add that, some spices, etc. Finish it with some cheese. And then we're gonna kind of poach our eggs in that simmering liquid. And then that's the dish. And it's one of my favorites. It's nice and spicy, but not overly hot. Really good for like a late breakfast. So maybe on the weekend or something. So anyway, let's get started. Get some oil going. And this is just olive oil. And then in go our tortilla chunks. We could have reused leftover tortillas, but we didn't have any. So these are just store-bought corn tortillas. I believe they are Mission tortillas. Shout out, Mission. And in they go. And I'm gonna go ahead and add all these in. The question was if the skillet would be enough to hold 5 tortillas, and it is. So we're good there. And then I'm just gonna stir these up and make sure we get them all toasty and fried up before we move on to the next step, right? If they're clumping like that, you may wanna go ahead and just have some tongs ready. All right, and then we're just gonna let those crisp up. These are gonna be a great vessel to get some flavor in here. Obviously the sauce is full of flavor, but I'm just gonna hit this with a little salt and then a little garlic powder. Now, why am I not using fresh garlic? Well, we used a ton of fresh garlic in that sauce, right? So I don't need to reinforce the flavor of fresh garlic. What I wanna do is just add another different layer of garlic, and this is white pepper, okay? And by adding that second note of garlic, it'll just give this dish a little more pizzazz, oomph. And so you see these are starting to toast up. We're not looking for them to become chips, by the way. So don't worry about them all getting super crispy. Just kind of give them a flip. They're gonna soak up that enchilada sauce or the chili sauce we made. And so they're not gonna be crispy come service time anyway. But without toasting them, they certainly would just turn to mush. So that's the importance of what we're doing here. So when I'm doing these videos, I'm trying to not pick super common things that people see every day, because I'm trying to expose y'all to some new stuff, right? So dishes like this. I see a lot of y'all saying, "Oh, I'd never try that." Well, I'm showing you it because I want you to try it. We need to expand our palates, learn to eat things that we're not necessarily familiar with. I don't want to say comfortable with. I want you to eat. If you didn't eat meat, I wouldn't want you to eat meat. That would be crazy. But trying something new is a good thing, you guys. That's what we're here for. That's the whole point of being in the culinary arts, and to appreciate the culinary game, as they say. Okay, so now I have about half a chicken breast going in. Give that some shakes. I'm gonna add some onions. It's about 1/4 of a cup chopped sweet yellow onion. Hit it with a little more oil. All right. looking good. And then now our sauce. Now you see a lot of times this gets finished with like an already cooked egg, but I'm gonna try and do it right now. So I'm gonna crack these eggs, cover this to create the steam. I'm gonna reduce this heat down because I don't want the bottom to burn, and I'm gonna let those eggs steam, okay? Now, I have this out. This is the chipotles and adobo. If you guys wanted to make it spicier, we would have added not the chipotles themselves, but the sauce, the adobo sauce. When we first added in that chili garlic sauce, I decided not to do it. Just because it's, you know, it's like 8:30 in the morning. I wasn't feeling the heat. Give that a shake. Another option here, you could take this and pop it in the oven. That would work as well. By covering it, you know, we're making an impromptu oven. But just let that go. When the eggs get about halfway, I'm gonna add Monterey Jack cheese to the top of this. So see the whites are starting to set. That's a good sign. We like that. I'm gonna open that up a little. Just make sure we're not burning on the bottom, which we're not. See, they're almost ready. Almost. We're like 4 minutes away probably. But I am going ahead and add in this cheese. Traditionally it'd be like fresh Mexican cheese, like cotija. But I don't have that, so we're just using Monterey Jack, and it'll be melty and delicious. I also traditionally would finish this dish with a little lime juice to get the acidity, but again, I don't have lime. Once they're set up, that one's being a little problematic. I'm just gonna cover you, finish cooking you that way. All right, but these two are done. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna get these out. So I'm gonna come and get under the egg. We've got beautifully cooked tortillas and chicken, and that it formed like a little crust on the bottom, which was what I wanted. And that's that sauce kind of like really cooking down and reducing in the skillet while we cook the eggs. That's gonna be a really tasty bit. I'm pretty excited about it. Your yolk is still runny, which is good. We want a runny yolk here, okay? That nice pop of fat is gonna go really well in this dish because we don't have much fat. Like there's no bacon. There's a little bit of butter in that chili sauce. And then obviously we fried the tortillas, but you guys could see that oil disappeared. It got soaked up by the tortillas, then they crisped. Not a ton of fat, there's a little, but the yolk's gonna be nice. And we use chicken and breast, no less. It wasn't even a thigh or leg meat. So we'll keep that yolk running, and then oh, it's really good. The yolk is awesome, creamy texture, and then the tortillas give it real nice body. I like the melted cheese on there. It's just me maybe, but this is a great breakfast. It's a great dish because like I said, it's kind of a catch-all for leftovers. We could have made this with the brisket we made a couple weeks ago. The pork tacos. This would be another great way to eat that pork. My last bite. All right. Anyway, thanks you guys. We'll see you next time.